And am I please post?
We are
नहीं
going
आ गए
live.
आ गए आ गए.
No, I'm just going live. Amay, you can go to slide number one.
I think
Can we go
I
to
think
slide number one?
there is option. Yeah.
So where can we get the link? Subhanshu?
We are on live. I have just pasted the URL on the chat.
Mhm. So we need to share this URL with. Hello.
New link we have already added in the chat. Like, I think for fast people to join the new link.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone, and thank you for an overwhelming response to our first two episodes of Impact Next, and a warm welcome to our third episode of Impact Next webinar. Hello, am I audible now? Yes, thank you, Ajay. Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome to our Impact Next webinar. Impact Next is a webinar series dedicated to bringing you the insights of industry experts who have contributed, implemented, and adopted open source technology. In this digital age, open source technology has transformed the landscape of innovation and collaboration. By leveraging open source software, we break free from limitations, fostering an environment where building and improving upon existing technology knows no bounds. This approach allows us to create solutions that are more accessible and inclusive, benefiting individuals and industries and organizations alike. Open source technology has paved the way for some of the most remarkable and influential projects in recent history. Together, we aim to push the boundaries of what is possible, embracing the ethos of Tekri. Make it matter. Join us as we delve into the world of open source technology, learning from experts who have first-hand experience in harnessing its potential. Let's seize the opportunity to explore the innovate and make a lasting impact together. Welcome to Impact Next. It is my utmost pleasure to introduce the esteemed webinar speaker today, a true Sunbird knowledge expert, Vinod Kumar, Sunbird consultant at Tekri Technologies. Vinod is an excellent team leader who humbly derives satisfaction in helping team members with his expert insights with a remarkable journey intertwined with Sunbird since its very beginning. He brings a wealth of expertise and insights to our virtual stage today. His extensive experience working with Diksha, a prominent national platform for education built on Sunbird, has equipped him with profound knowledge on Sunbird building blocks. Please join me in welcoming Vinod. Over to you, Vinod.
Thank you, Pooja, and thank you all for joining here. Uh, I'll share my screen and see whether you are getting it. So let me. You're able to hear me?
Yes.
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 Thank you. Maybe I'll. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen. Screen is visible. My screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So once again, thank you, Pooja, and all those joined here. And sorry for that initial delay. And let's start. So, you know, we know that in any platform, very especially the website and learning platform, they say that the content is the king. Okay, so in the sense that the most important, part of any website, aspect of website, is the content, especially uh, uh, a learning platform like Sunbird. Okay, so uh, any platform which is built for uh, learning, improving, acquiring knowledge, and or also provide a self-paced learning, self-paced learnings. The content is plays a very major part of it. Okay, and and in a platform like Sunbird, where we will have learners ranges from various categories like the teachers, students, activists, individuals, field level workers, frontline workers, and that too across different domains. And uh, it plays a very, very important role. The content plays a very important role, how we present, etc. So, so there is, because of this, hence, because of that, there is a need to create and make available different type of contents. It could be a video content, a YouTube content, PDF based, it can be H5P, HTML, etc. And more importantly, it'll be great if you can make content more interactive, to give a very, very, very different experience to the learners, right? So Sunbird has the capability to build uh, a very variety of contents, okay, to deal with all these type of users, correct? And I already know that there is some of our some of our users in our platform. They use this capability of Sunbird very creatively to cater to their users, right? So uh, like I said, it like you see it in the screen, it provides, it allows you to create a whole lot of different types of content, whether it is HTML5, PDF, H5P, courses, images, MP4, etc. So what we are going to show here in this session, it is not a training session here. What I would like to show you here, the various options which is available in Sunbird, which then you can use it to create different types of content based on your own imagination. It is just to show you that it is possible, right? Now, after that, it is up to you, how to use it. Okay, so I will walk you through some of the examples which Sunbird offers, and so that you get an idea of what is possible, right? Uh, One thing before I start, mm, I'm not really a content creator, but I know that people who have created the content, who are serious creators, they always say that before you create any content, think of that particular user or set of users for whom you are creating the content for, because that helps you to kind of create your content in a more effective way. For example, their simple things like how they will access the content, what is their connectivity, what is their level of understanding, etc. Number of slides which you use in the content, what will be the size of your files. All these matters when you actually sit and start creating the content, correct? Because that's important. Yeah. So keep the end user in mind when you create the content. That's one of the very important things actually somebody has told me when you actually sit and create the content, right? So I hope whatever I'm going to show you will help to achieve that. So with that, we will just go ahead. So what actually, these are the some of the things which I'm trying to cover in this session. So basically, to give you an understanding about, in the Sunbird context, what are all those means and what are the meanings of content types, what are the different type of file which is supported, various content creation tools, editors, we call it as in Sunbird, and a demo of all those things. Okay, a simple demo so that it will help you to get started, or if already you have some confusions or whether it is possible, what are the things possible, probably that will clear. Hopefully that will clear at the end of the session. So what also we will offer here, it is after the session, we will share you an email ID. If you can write to us in that email ID, we will we will we will provide you some creation rights so that you can, you know try yourself the various things I'm going to demo. So this will be valid for a week so that you can play around with the different types of contents and how they can create, etc. Right? So with that, let's start it. So in Sunbird, okay, we said there are different types of content which you can create. Okay, we call it as the resources, collections, textbook, courses, and assessment. Okay, this is what it is actually currently. It is supported, or you can create, right? So now, just to give you a very brief idea of what this also means. Resources can be called as a single unit of learning object in Sunbird. In a physical scenario, or a physical word, it can be a single article, right? So in a physical, it can be a single article. That's a resources in Sunbird. Then collections are nothing but all those articles which you created, like in as a resources, you put together in some format. It's called a collection. It's like you can, in physical terms, you can think that as a bibliography, right? So that's a collections. Then we have textbooks, and we also have courses. These are nothing but, again, it's a putting together all the resources which you created here, putting together all this together, but in a more structured way. For example, you give some chapter-wise organization of the content, give some proper title, etc. And just imagine that if you're opening a book, the first thing you see are different chapters, and the chapters are actually, when you open the chapters, a certain content comes in. So certain articles you can read. So that's a textbook. Okay. So then courses, meaning again, these are collections, but there are additional attributes, additional features to courses, which is like, the batches. You can enroll to a course, you can add assessment, and it can be tracked. In the sense, the user's journey in this particular course can be tracked. What is their progress? The completion, etc. That can be tracked. These are the courses, right? And finally, assessment. Assessment is, as you probably must have guessed, is that it is a different type of questions, like the MCQ, filling the blanks, match the following, ordering different sentences, reordering sentences, etc. Can also be created using the Sunbird platform, right? So with this background, we will now actually going to see how this can be done. So like I said at the starting, so these are the different types of content which can be created. You can create content out of, in Sunbird, you can create PDF based content, H5P, because H5P, etc. is an external content creation tool. So once you create that, actually you can bring that H5P content into Sunbird, and make it part of your content creation, right? So to start with, I'll take you through how to create interactive content using uh, Sunbird authoring tool, right? So let me just now go to the second. You're able to see my screen? I think you're able. Pooja, you are able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what you are seeing here, it's a Sunbird instance, okay, where I logged in as a content creator, and what you see here is my, what you call is a workspace, right? Meaning this is where actually you as a creator, you create your content. Now, like I said in the previous slide, there are different type of content which you can create, like resources, courses, book, etc. And the Sunbird provides you different authoring tool or editors to create different types of contents. Okay, now we'll start with the resources, right? So what I did was, I just created some content and kept it ready for you, right? Okay. See, this is one resource type of content which I've created. When you open it, what you will see is, you will see a you'll see an editor like this. Okay, this is your interactive editor, right? So here, what I've tried was I've just inserted. I tell you what I did. What I did. This is I get this the screen. If I suppose I wanted to, my idea is here. It is I wanted to uh, uh, show or display to the user different vegetables, and what I want to do is when the user clicks on a particular vegetable, this name comes up, shows up. Okay, so the way I did that, what I did is, first of all, I bring this image here. So I'll tell you what I did. I click here and I click on the different options available for you to do that. I click on add image, and then if the image is already there, it will display. Otherwise, you can always upload and use it. You can upload these images from from your local drive, right? So I already uploaded some, and therefore what I can do is I click here and the image, and this is the image which I want to use it. So it comes like that. I can kind of do all those things, right? So sorry. So now my next thing is like that. All these things I have already uploaded for you and kept it in the interest of time, right? So now then what I did was, I know that this is pumpkin. Okay. So what I did was I just say pumpkin. I kept it. Okay. So next what I want to do is I want to know, when somebody clicks on, when the user clicks on this, I should see pumpkin here. So what first thing I do is I will select this object. We call it subject or whatever this particular text object. I click on this, it's selected, make sure selected. On the right hand side, if you see, there is something called a visible. Yeah. So I make that as a, I disable that visible. That means what I'm telling that initially don't show me this object. Okay. Then what I do, I click on this object, which is this image. Then I click on this action, right? Then I say on click, I say show, then I select what I want to show. Correct. And then I add. So what I did was I created an image I've inserted, then I created a text and I uh, um, created some action on it. That means what should happen when somebody click on this. So the same thing I did for all those things. Now see what happens here. So in Sunbird, there is a way to, before you publish the content, that means before this content is made available to the public, I can check how it looks, etc. So I click on preview. If you can see my screen, Pooja, you can see my screen, right? Sorry, I'm just keep.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So initially, what you see that the name of this vegetable are not shown here, right? So I'm a child and I'm just saying that I'm seeing this. Now I just click on this and see the pumpkin appears, right? And each of these things I do, that appears, right? This I have not done anything, tomato. So to that, if you look at here, there is no action for that, correct? So therefore, nothing will happen when you click on tomato. But for cabbage, there is something, right? So if you want to add that here, click on tomato, add action, show, okay, add, then save, then do. So you should be able to see that also. So that's one way of giving some kind of an interactive experience to the user. Another thing is, so this is another slide, okay, where what I want to do is what I want to give the experience that whenever you click on each of these animals, their sound I should get a sound, okay, each depending on which animal you are clicking on, right? So one thing I can do is again the same thing. Okay, basically there's a voice this is a voice example which I'm going to show you here, right? Now I click on this. Now I want to what I want to do is when I click on the cat, the meow sound should come. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll give a live example. So I do here is, so I, okay. So now, first of all, before that, I need to upload the voice here, right? So what I'll do is I already have something. I just, okay. I'll do here. I click on audio here, right? So imagine that I don't have that. Okay. I don't have that sound here. So either I can upload here. I click on upload and you can choose a file. I already have some, the MP3 file of that particular sound. Either I can do it, or what also I can record myself. Okay. I'll just give you, please see whether I can do it. So I click on record. So I'm going to record a cat sound. Okay. I click on start recording. Meow. Okay. So what happens is taken. So I can decide the cat. Like that. So it came. So then what I'll do is I click here, the same thing. I click, I create an action here, and already I click an action and just say that when I play a sound, this, right, and add this. Now, if I do a preview of this, let me just preview this and see. I don't know whether you're able to hear that. Actually, it played. Were you able to hear, Pooja, that sound?
No.
Okay, I think it is because of 1 second. Now, I think it's very, very low. Okay. So, but it plays. Okay. So like that for this also, you can add actions, and that depends on, you can just play another sound. I can create another. If that particular sound is not there, I can add an audio. I can upload. So there's a sound here. Right. So then I did that. I say click on this thing, action play. Okay. So I was not sure whether you could hear that, but it plays. Okay. So now that's one example. Another interesting example which I can give you is that there is some feature called read along. Okay. So that means you can actually give that experience to the users as a read along experience. So for that to happen, what you do is you enter your text like this and click on read along, right? Then it's already there. That's the reason coming. I just want. Okay, so I'll just start again. Here you click on read along, right? So this is the text you want to give the read along experience. So what you do, the text is ready, and you select an audio from here. If the audio is already there, you can select that. Suppose this is audio, not this one. So you select this. Okay, so I selected that particular audio. Then I clicked on next. Okay, Now what I can do is I can sync that sound with the words which is appear here. Okay, so you click on here, and when you click on here, what you need to do is uh, as the audio plays, you need to also press the space bar button to sync it with the each word. So I'm saying sync. So then add to this. So that is done. I'm not sure whether you are able to hear the audio. So apologies for that, but you can try it out. So I just saved it. Uh, so I review this. Is an elephant.
Yes, I'm able to.
Okay, good. Thanks. So, okay, so this is another example. Okay, so now I will one second. I will show you some examples of somebody as one of our partners actually use this all these features to create their content. So I just search for it, and so this is one such content which is made by one of our partners. See, it is. So this is some of the example actually to show you that some of our users have used they use different features very creatively, and created this contents. Okay, so come back to this, and one more option I'll show you in the same thing. I just click on this. I can navigate between slides. So for example, if I say here, I can just say that go to next slide. Next it is. What I can do is I can just say, yeah, I click here again, create an action, create an on click, and just say that show, sorry, link to the slide 3. Okay, so this will give an experience that navigation experience to the user in the same slide. So when you go here, preview, when I click on this, and it will take you to the next slide. Yeah. So so this is some of the features which is already available in our authoring tool to create to give an interactive experience to the user. I invite you, all of you here who join, to experiment with that. If you send your email, we can share some of the demo credentials with you, so that you can try all those things, right? So now let's move to some other type of content. Another thing which is possible, like I said, H5P. The H5P, that H5P is a, if you go to the h5p.org, H5P is a platform which allows you to create various interactive contents, right? That means your content is authored outside of Sunbird, but still you can bring that into Sunbird to give a better experience to the user. Okay, so these are there are this file or whatever. If you click here, you will, sorry, yeah, this various type of H5P type of content is supported in Diksha. There's a list is given in this editor. So click here will take you to that particular thing. Okay, so what I did was I created some of the H5P contents using this platform. So one such type is like this. So we'll just experience that too. Okay, I created, what I did was, what you can do is you go to this platform, you create your H5P content. Okay, based on what is supported, that list is here. And you suppose you create this content, I created this content, then click on this reuse. When you click on reuse, you can actually download this H5P file from that website. Okay, so I've downloaded a couple of them. I've created a couple of them for this demo, and I'll show you how to use it. Very simple. You go here, click upload a content, and select some content type, then browse. So what I did was I've kept something for here. So I've created a H5P content is one of the thing. Okay, state and its capital. Okay, I did that. So what it's trying to do is it'll upload that, because this is already created and downloaded from the downloaded in your local drive. It is trying to upload to the system. Wait a second. Okay, so this is one kind of a thing. It's saying that then it give you right or wrong answer. Okay, so like that it is. You can just say give a wrong answer. This is one type of thing. Another, to give you another type of H5P experience, I come here, browse. Where did that? This is a flashcard type of H5P, because H5P give you a variety of different type of contents, flashcards, things like chart, various things, drag and drop experience. So I created a flashcard based H5P content, which is coming up. Right. So this again. Okay. Now, what is saying that which cities is monuments exist? Okay. This is actually. Okay. Let's see. Right. So then you can go to the next. Right. This is blank. Sorry, I have not done anything. This. So right, image did not load. I don't know why, but okay. So this is to give an example. So what you can do is you create your content in H5P. Okay, but please check what are the different type of H5P content is supported. So you create one of those in the thing and download it and upload it to the Sunbird platform, right? And you can create content based out of that, right? So now, just coming out of this. So you can also upload your HTML content. Okay. So because we have seen that one such example is that we have seen that users, in fact, wanted to upload HTML5 games, right? So again, that is created out of outside of Sunbird platform, but they want to bring that into Sunbird and create a content out of it to give a little more engaging experience to the user. Okay, so one such thing which to demo, this is one website for this demo I just found out where they have some of the HTML based games. So I'll show you how to do that. So one thing to remember when you talk about HTML5 content is that you download the HTML5 content from wherever it is, okay, from the web source. Then basically you may get a you may get an index.html. It can also have different, the CSS file, JavaScript file, etc. So what you do is, once you put all those in one directory, and you select all those file and zip it. Okay, but also make sure that the first file, the root file is named as index.html. Yeah. So once you do that, you select all those files and just compress it using a zip file. Okay, now I select this and I created a zip file. This is what you're uploading to the platform. Yeah, so keep that in mind. So once that happens, you go there again, create, upload a content. One other thing, you select and this is what I did, webinar HTML. This is what I upload finally. Correct. So this also uploaded. This is a memory game kind of a thing. So I need to select the, sorry. Yeah. So this is what you do. So you select this thing. So only thing is, you notice that because all these are created outside of the, this platform, you probably need to kind of, just fine tune the size of the screen in the HTML file itself. So if you know a little bit of HTML file, you can open that HTML file. You can actually set the weight and the weight, the size, and the height of this particular frame. Maybe if you don't want, if you can customize, or you can enter your own text here, like that you can do. So that helps to, because reason is, this is not made for you, right? Because you're using somebody else content, you yourself are creating. If you yourself are creating, then you can set these, all the height, weight, etc., correctly, so that it works in this particular, what do we call it, a player or canvas, right? So that is about that. So then of course you can also create a content by uploading some video. Again, it's important to select some content to upload this. Right. So the same way you can upload the PDF file. You keep your PDF file ready and upload it. Right. So also the YouTube content also can be added. So only thing what you need to do is from YouTube. YouTube. Take the YouTube URL. Click on upload again. Okay, select a content type, whatever it is at, and the YouTube video will be playing here, right? Okay. Now I also wanted to show you the different assessments or the question types which you can create it using this platform. Okay, so for that, again, you probably must have familiar with this. That's a content editor, interactive editor. You click on this question. Yeah, so here you can create different type of questions, right? So what is currently it is provided here, it is the match the following, the MCQs, and the filling the blanks, reordering of the words, and arranging the sentence, right? Arrange sentence, right? So here also the question editor, when you click on that, question editor will come. So we can just create capital. is the question, you say that you answer. So you, this is this, suppose this is answer, you mark this as a correct answer. Then you can just say Mumbai. And we need more, you can add this. Right. So once you do that, you can also see a preview of that so that you can actually see how it lands for the user. Okay, you select the correct answer, you do this correct user get experience, and select do that. You can set the score also, because if the user select the right answer, uh, what should be the score given to that user, that you can define here. Then another thing which you can define here, it is this. Okay, I'll show you that. You can actually say, suppose in your questions there are 10 questions. You can decide, out of 10 questions, how many questions you want to display. Then whether you want to show immediate feedback, that means the moment the user clicked on a correct answer or wrong answer, it will tell you immediately in the next screen is that whether the answer is right or wrong. Or if you don't select that, if you don't enable that, it will only display at the end of the entire the questions, individual questions. Okay, so suppose there are 10 questions, you can shuffle your questions. That means uh, each time when the user takes it, it shows in a different order. Yeah, so that is the questions like that. You can create different type of question, like said reordering your words. Each one give you a different, the screen, so which helps, right? So right now it supports these are the type of questions. This 5 type of questions it supports. The Sunbird supports. You can create, right? So finally, so what we have done is, if you look at that initial deck which I showed you, there are different types of content, right? There are resources, courses, books, questions, etc. So these are, so what we have done is we have created different type of resources, right? Now the use case here it is, what if you want to put together as some kind of a format, some kind of a course, etc. That is where it is where you create a collection, you create a course, or create a book, right? So normal use case is you create a course. So here what you will decide is, you suppose this is you have to give a title for the course, then you say that demo course. So here, what you do is, just imagine that this is a course. So in the course, what you do is, the course will have different. So now what you're doing is, just imagine that you are creating a course. Course will have content, right? The learning materials, right? So that is what you are trying to do. So the way to do here it is, you click on this child. So you can just say that it's a chapter 1 of the course. Okay. And like that, you can have chapter 2 of the course. Chapters. So in the physical world, you just imagine that when somebody opens a book and go to the chapter, what is that he will see? What is that you want him to see? Is that what you define by? You select this chapter here and click on the in the bottom right, and you say add from the library, and the resources which you already created, right, in our previous steps, right? That is what you add here, right? So suppose this is one of the resources. Okay, you want to add to this. So I select this source and add content. Then I go back. So what happens is when somebody clicks on this chapter, right, chapter 1, he will see this resource, right? That's how we create. That's how you build. So this is how you can create the different chapters, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, etc., and uh, add contents to each of the chapter. You can have multiple. That means if the chapter 1 you want in the chapter 1 there are many contents, you can add one by one the way I showed you, right? And you can also have the chapters, sub-chapters, sub-chapters. You can go up to the 4 levels of subcategories or sub-chapters. Chapter 1, 1.1, 1.1.1, like that, right? Like that you create like this. And uh, you finally create all those things, then you save it and send for review. So what we have not shown what is the entire workflow, because this session is only focused on what are the possibilities by which you can create different type of content. So after creating all these type of content, we need to what we will do it. What we'll do to get it published, you need to send for review. Okay, so that workflow you send for review, and somebody in the platform who has got the reviewer rights, they will review the content, and once they okay with that, they will check all the content created by the content creator. If they find that okay, there is no problem, everything is working fine, there is no missing elements, the content is appropriate to publish, they will click on the publish and the content will get published, so that the users of this platform can use this content, right? So that's it from me. So I hope it was useful. So what we will do is, Pooja, if you can share that email ID uh, uh, in the chat. So what if you are interested, if you want to explore further, please write to us in that email ID. So we will share some credentials with you, and you can log into that credentials. I can try out various things which I was trying to show you.
Sure. I'll ping in the email ID. But we do have few questions. Amit, if you can quickly relay those questions on the live.
Yeah, sure. So Shankar had one question. So he had asked, like, dear sir, what did you do in the vegetable slide that the name of cabbage and tomato were showing permanently?
Okay. So one second. Let me just. You are able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So the question was how to make it permanent. Is that instead of okay. The question is that here itself they want to show the names of the vegetable. Is that the question?
Right.
Yeah. So they do it, Shankar. The thing is, you know what I did was I inserted an image and I added some text. Then what I did was on the right side, can you see there is something called visible or non? Can you see on the right side? The the right side there is a box. No, the screen is actually there are 3 parts to screen. One left bar, then the middle where your content creation happens, and right side there are a lot of options. Okay, and in the option ekdam down there is something called visible. Say I'm not able to move my cursor. Can you see my cursor there?
Yes. Yeah, we can see.
Can you see that? So
Yes.
that we need to enable or disable. So now this is disabled. Now I'm enabling it. Can you see blue comes? Now you see what happened. I just save and just preview it and see pumpkin is shown. So that visible, the attribute visible or the option visible. So we call this in each one of is called an object. Okay. Now this an image is an object, is a text is an object. So what we are trying to do is you select the object which you want to give certain effect. Okay. And once the object is selected, go to the right side and there are certain option comes, you play around with that. One of the option is visible or not. So visible or not meaning initially it will not be visible, or you can make toggle between visible and not visible. That is the one. At the same, you can also add an video audio here, and that experience, you sometimes you want to give an experience when the user visit the slide, an automatic audio, some music in the background you plays, right? That also possible by uploading an audio. I don't know this audio. Say suppose this is audio which you want to upload. I click here, correct? Then say autoplay. There, can you see there is something called autoplay here? I think there's a lag in the relay. Are you seeing an autoplay here? No. Wait, I think there is a lag. Can you see an autoplay here?
Yes, we can see.
So if you select the autoplay, what happens is the moment somebody comes to this slide, the music, the audio which is attached to this particular slide, and if autoplay is enabled, the music plays. Yeah. Then as the music plays, you can interact with this content. That's one way to do that. I hope that is clear.
There are a few more questions. If you can
Please.
just quickly resolve those.
So one more question from Maitreyi. So she has asked, like, would be sharing some handout on the steps, because I think I didn't register how to do the read along.
Sure. We in fact this video will be there in YouTube. Is that correct, Pooja?
Yes, this will be there in the YouTube, and
Yeah,
we will be also sharing.
Yeah.
Personally,
In any case, what we'll do, there are certain, the videos which you have created, how to use these different options, whatever we have showed you. So we will share that with you, all of you. Okay, maybe we'll share one link. Maybe we'll upload it to the Sunbird platform and share you the link. Does that make sense, Pooja? Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. That sounds good.
Yeah. So like one more question we have from Hari Mishra. So he has asked how to access all these content.
Okay, if the question is that now we have done all the creation, now as an end user, how the end user will access this content? If that, assume that is a question. If that is a question, like I said, there are two parts, okay, in this platform. Okay, now you as a content creator create the content the way I showed you. Once the content is created, there is a way to publish it. If you can see my screen, there's a way to publish it. Publish it meaning you are saying that, okay, now my job is over as a content creator. Now I want this content to be make available to the end user. So that's a publishing. So when you say publish, the content will become live. Once the content become live, it will be accessible via the Sunbird platform. Okay. So there is, all these content which you see in this platform, it is created by different content creators, okay, and made it live, right? So when you click on that content will load. That's how the people will see the content, access the content. So till the content is not published, they will not be able to see, only the creator will see. I hope that was a question and I answered it.
Yes.
Yeah. So a couple of questions from Preeti Khurana. So I guess we'll go one by one. So
please.
Can the platform customize assessment based on the levels of response of learners?
Okay, so what you're saying is okay, so maybe I'm not sure whether I understood the question. Maybe what you're trying to ask is whether we can create the question depends on, for example, I create the questions for certain grade 1, grade 2, the certain question targeted to grade 5, etc. Right? If that is the questions, then what you can do is when you create an assessment, I just show you that example. Suppose this is assessment. When you do that, right? One way to achieve it. Okay. No, this is okay. Here, okay. Now what I am going to show you. See, this is okay. Here we can set the certain attributes to the content. Okay. For example, this is a customizable thing. What you see in the screen. So I can have different fields which says that okay, now this is a medium English. Now this basically what I'm trying to do here it is when I create the content, I'm just giving some attribute to tell people or to say that this content is best fit to medium English for parent or teachers, okay, for the class 1 and some subject, right? So it is customizable. So therefore once you so what happens is when you do that, this content which you created, assessment or content which is tagged with this what we call the framework or framework values. Therefore uh, therefore when any user go to the platform, there you can actually select class 1, class 4, etc. Again, it is customizable. So when you click on class 4, you will see only the content which is created for that particular class, if that is what the question was. So the answer is yes. If I understood correctly, you can, while creating any content, okay, you can tag all those the grade and age and those kind of things. So then the content can be filtered based on that.
So there's a follow-up question for that. Is it a way to add? Is there a way to add an explanation of the correct answer in the feedback of assessment for the learner?
Can you repeat that question?
Yeah. Is there a way to add an explanation of the correct answer in the feedback of assessment for the learner?
Okay. So if the question is that whether after the user clicks on yes or no, whether can we say a feedback from the platform say that what you're given is right or wrong? Is that the question?
Yes. Yeah.
If that's a question, yes. Feedback not in terms of it is just say okay. It is just simple feedback like it will tell you the answer is right or wrong. That's what one of the my example I showed you here, which is I assume that's the question. So there is, if you suppose this is your question and I go here and if you select Delhi, it'll give you yes or no. This means the feedback is yes. Okay. If you give the wrong answer, just will do it again. Example, if you put the wrong answer, the feedback system will give you wrong. I think that's what was the question. Okay.
So she has had a couple of questions actually.
Yeah, please.
So let's say we categorize students as easy, medium, difficult, and high order thinking.
Yeah.
If a learner is doing difficult, can we show more number of difficult or high order thinking questions?
So as part of the filter which I've showed you here, suppose imagine that 1 second. Suppose imagine that one of the thing is a difficulty level. Suppose I click on difficulty level. When I click on difficult, suppose this is difficult, then all the difficult type of questions only will display here, right? And currently that's how it is. So you need to that is controlled that is achieved via using the filter based on. You can have that kind of filter. You can also have filter saying that different levels of questions. So when you click on that, the questions can come here. The content can, whatever filter you select, that contents will come here. The contents matching with that filter will come here. That is the purpose of we are tagging the contents at the time of creating the content. I'm not sure that is I answered correctly, but what I request to the user is just send an email with all the questions. We'll try and address it. Then that'd be easier.
Okay, so this is a follow-up question to the previous question.
Yeah.
Can we add explanation to why is it right or wrong?
No, that is right now that's not there in the current question. We call it a current question editor. That's not there, but actually there is those enhancing all those things are actually in the pipeline. There's already some work has happened in that in that field. Once that is ready, that we will be incorporating that into the system.
Okay, so I think Preet, hope that answers your question. We have one more question from Hari Mishra.
Yeah.
Is it possible to integrate content here to other platforms?
Okay, so if the question is that you have created certain content here, right, and you have some other platform, you want to the way I showed you like the how the I'm not sure I got the question. If the question is like the way we did H5P, where we did for that YouTube, we brought YouTube into this platform, etc. Whether vice versa also can be done. If that is the question, it is possible. Only thing is this content which is created in this platform follows certain whatever tech standards or standards, not in terms of the quality, but there are certain way it is created, right? So now in the if you go to your the sunbird.org website, correct, there are okay, so to say that, see, when you play the content, it plays in certain, we call it as player, the content player. Okay, so there is a way to integrate this content player in a different platform other than the Sunbird. Okay, so if you follow those steps in which be you find it in the sunbird.org, and you can try it out. So there's a you can integrate the Sunbird player in one of the, there'll be documentation here if you can look at it. So then it is possible, if that's what I understood the question is. Otherwise because it is not like a, for example, it is not like a PDF file you download from one site and upload it to another site. It is not that simple, but it is can be possible following certain steps. So you need to have some tech knowledge, you to figure it out how to do that. But that we call the player, which we call it as, it can be integrated, but it requires some technical work. Am I?
So I hope Hari, we have answered your question. So we have one more question from Xstep.
Yeah.
Also, one can select the layout based on the options list. So I'm not sure if it's a question or not, but yeah.
I did not. One can select the.
Sorry, that was, I don't think that's a question. That was one of the explanation they posted. Like an additional comment.
Okay.
So we don't have any more questions. So I guess maybe let's wait for a question.
So Pooja, if you can just share that email ID in this chat.
I've already shared the email ID in the live chat.
So my request to all of you who joined that use this opportunity, write to us, and we'll share you one of the some of the creation credentials. Please play around with this. So this will be available for you to use it in the next 1 week or so. Yeah. So thank you so much, Pooja. Over to you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you so much, Vinod, for this engaging and insightful webinar. And for our audiences, as Vinod said, we are offering a trial access of this powerful cloud version, which can help for a week, and that can help you make a better decision to avail the same. You can
Hello, Pooja. You.
hello. Am I audible now? Sorry, I got disconnected.
Yeah, you're audible, Pooja.
Yes, yes, I'm sorry. So, as I was saying, we are offering the trial access for a week. Uh, that can help you make a better decision to avail the same. You can register. You can just scan this QR code and register on the form link, or you can even write to us at sunbird@take3.net. Uh, Ame has already shared the email ID in the comment section. You can just email us on that email ID. So, coming to our next special announcement. Uh, as some of you might be aware about the Bachpan Manao initiative, um, hello, am I audible? I'm sorry, I'm getting disconnected. Uh,
You are audible. Yes.
Yes,
Pooja.
yes.
Please
So,
go ahead.
as some of you might be aware about the Bachpan Manao initiative, there's an interesting masterclass happening where the Bachpan Manao team, in collaboration with the Changing, are coming up with amazing masterclass for collaborators. And we have today Aparijita Singh from Changing, who will be sharing more details about this. Over to you, Aparijita. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Thank you so much for such a informative session that we just had. Hello, everybody. I represent here a foundation in the name of Change Inc. We work towards building the pathways for people with learning disabilities. If you can move to the next slide, please. Yes. We work for towards building pathways for people with learning disabilities, and we take a cradle to career approach. For school education and a lot of learning in general, the focus stays in terms of how can we improve the learning journey and the learning outcome of students. And having said that, we focus a lot on system transformation, capacity building, awareness, and sensitization. We are collaborating with the Bachpan Manao team, and we are taking and strengthening up the ecosystem further for better learning outcomes. And we have a session to offer in the coming week. If you can move to the next slide, I can tell what the session is about. So the master classes will focus on helping us understand what is neurodiversity, how can you understand what specific learning disabilities look like, how do they manifest, the identification and the screening for SLDs, which are specific learning disabilities, struggles and strengths of people with dyslexia, and the regulatory policy and framework that is existing in our country right now. The next half of the session and the workshops that we are going to host, the second part of it will focus on how can we leverage technology to create accessible e-content, e-assessments, and learning management systems. The focus is on strengthening and creating an equitable forum, playground for students when it comes to e-learning contents and improving their learning journeys. And the focus is going to be on accessibility. We would be sharing a link in the chat. We would request you to register yourselves, and then soon we'll be sending out the email with the dates for the session, and we welcome you all to handhold us and make this playground for students more accessible. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Parishta, for sharing about the masterclass. Also, thanks to our lovely audience for joining us and being a part of our ImpactNXT series. Your presence and enthusiasm made the webinar truly insightful. And don't forget to stay connected with Take3 on social media for all the latest update and exciting news. And if you know of any organizations or individual who is contributing to the open source technology, we would love to connect with them. Do let us know in comments, DMs, or just email us. Thank you for making it matter.
Thank you, Aparita. So I've just shared the link, in case anyone wants to register for the Bachpan Manao Masterclass. So yeah, the live chat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.